Which one?
Yeah, that's the question, right?
Is it this one?
And don't look at me that way. Tell me about your trip. Hi, welcome to Kill the Bottle podcast. I'm filling
I'm
in
not
for
recording
Eddie.
yet. Hold
Oh.
on, fucker. Whew. Okay, I wasn't ready for that. All right.
You're welcome. I like to shock you.
Hello, hello. Welcome to
Keep
Kill the Bottle
talking. I'm gonna
Podcast.
grab a beer.
Megan is on her way to grab a beer, Kill the Bottle Podcast. This is our little catch-up episode here because we've been doing a little bit of travel. I've just got back from vacation. Last week we had Andreas on, and we didn't get a chance to really take a deep dive into
I really
our
liked Andreas, but you know me, I always try to get giggles out of people, and he was a little challenging to make laugh. He's very
what it.
serious.
It's very, he's a very Nordic dude, even though I know he's not from Norway, but I'm just saying he's from that region.
I mean, I think
Uh,
I made Tony Parker laugh more than I made him laugh, and that was a challenge in itself as well.
yeah, he was a tougher audience.
Cover audience
Um,
for me.
it is Kill the Bottle podcast, and in honor of my vacation, I'm drinking a bit of Estrella Dam, which is I don't know if it's the national beer of Catalonia in Spain, but in like Barcelona area, that's beers made in that part of the world, and I really like this beer. So anyway, so I'm just drinking a little bit of this. Nothing, they're not sponsoring this. Ooh, that's pretty damn tasty,
These are
Megan. What
my
you're drinking there?
favorite. These are my go-tos. Modelo, the Chelada fun pack that they have, the variety pack. I don't like the limes as much, but the rest of them, I literally could like do a whole 12 pack of these.
There is something that, well, I mean, there's a lot of things that I think Europe kicks our ass in culinarily, but there's something really special about having a beer in Europe in general. But I'll speak to Spain in particular.
Yeah,
The
you just went on
glasses
this
are like
huge
these.
trip.
I did, but the glasses over there are like these perfectly chilled, like chalices, and it's just like perfect. It looks like you're drinking champagne, and the beer is always like the perfect temperature. The foam is, it's like, and you can go to the most hole in the wall place, and it's always gonna be like that. And
Yeah.
obviously not expensive. So shout out to Spain. And I had a Guinness. I had a few Guinness in London, even though I know Guinness is from Ireland, guys. I've been to the fucking the factory. But there's something about Guinness in the UK that is just spectacular. That is just
Yeah.
probably, and again, I don't drink a ton of beer. That's got to be my favorite. Ice, like a delicious Guinness when you drink it over there. Anyway, how have you been, Megs?
Um, I've had I've had better days. I'm heading back to work here in a few days. I went to Texas, which wasn't as great as I wanted it to be.
What?
And this is like that people will relate to this, and I've been talking to people who have nephews and nieces. It's just a bad time because my brother just had a baby, so we have a very small infant, and then he has a 2 year old, and then my other brother has a 5 year old and a 3 year old, and I went through a crazy summer, and I really was looking forward to like talking to my brothers and my parents, and because I haven't really talked to them at all this summer, and we're all really super close. And every time they asked me about me, it was either they walked away or they got distracted right when I started talking. So I didn't get any good conversations in with anybody. And the kids were just all over the place, and it's exhausting. There's nothing like this trip to make me so happy that I don't have children of my own.
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah,
love
yeah,
them
yeah.
to death. But there comes a point I'm like, okay, go home now. Like, thank you. That was fun. I can't imagine. I'm sure they're stressed out, and I know I'm pretty selfish, but it just wasn't the relaxing, fun time I wanted it to be.
Well, speaking of no kids, I got back from my trip, and the next day I went to this bar in downtown LA. I'm not gonna mention the bar, but I was talking to one of the bartenders. Guy's 32 years old. He's had a vasectomy
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
because he's like, I don't want kids. So I just went and I don't even want to worry about it. He's like, condoms break. He's like, I still use protection, but I went and I got a vasectomy. He's like, I don't even
Yeah.
want to deal with the potential
Well,
of
I love
having a
that.
kid.
I love that a man's doing that because I don't, as a woman, you don't have the option to get an option like an optional hysterectomy. They don't let you do that unless there's something wrong with you. And then if you don't have kids, you have a higher chance of like your woman parts causing health issues.
Even
And
with tubes tied, as they call it. I don't know the.
no, like they
Okay.
don't. I guess maybe I could do it. It's a much more complicated surgery for women than it is for men, but
Vasectomy's easy.
I
It's a quick
know. I
snip
just
and it's
wish
reversible.
I want to take it all out and not have to worry A about periods or B about, getting pregnant or any of the health risks that come with me not having kids and still having everything. I know people are going to be like, you're so lucky to have like a functioning body. And I know, but it's not in my cards. It's not in your cards. It's not in my cards. It's not something I want to do
Yeah, it's a
ever.
choice. It's a
Yeah.
choice, and it's funny when on this trip I was so lucky. My flight back from so I had the longest flight ever returning
Hmm.
back from Europe because I
Yeah, I
used
bet.
miles, but it was
Hmm.
great in the sense where thankfully I used miles and I was able to have like a business class ticket, so I was able to go into lounges and like eat, and so that was
Nice.
very nice.
Hmm.
I had a baby in my flight on my flight from Madrid to Philadelphia, which was the longest leg of the trip.
How
This
long is
was the
that?
most well-behaved child ever, and this was
Oh.
a baby.
Oh.
And the parents were trading the kid back and forth, like coming up, bouncing him around, and a little bit of a giggle here and there. The kid did not cry one time.
Oh my
I don't know if they
God.
drugged him. I don't. I hope they did. I don't know what happened.
I would drug
It was
my
probably
kid.
like I know, right? It was probably like a 7 hours, maybe and
Wow.
change. And yeah,
Wow.
I know. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is the best. I was like, it's. And then of course, the minute I got out in Philly, it was just like, and I was
Well,
like, all right,
that's
I can't.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I
I'm
can't
good.
do it. You're like, if I had a kid like this all the time. Well,
Yeah,
I also deal with, over 150 11 to 14-year-olds daily, through half the year. So that in itself is enough kids. I'm impacting and raising enough children every year. I feel like I've spent a good year raising thousands of kids for the last 10 years of my life. So it's just, that's fulfilled for me. I feel fulfilled, blah, 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 blah.
yeah,
Get off my ass.
yeah.
No one's
Well,
encouraging me to have kids. There's
no,
not
they're
one
like, please
person that's
don't.
like, when are you going to have kids? Not one person asks me.
No, they're like, please just don't.
When are you?
Mm-mm.
Nah, you're not going to have kids, right?
No.
Right? Well, tell us about your trip.
Shit. So I was, uh, as you know, I love going to concerts. I got in the digital queue when Oasis tickets went on sale in London,
You're such
and
a
I said it'd be
nerd.
super fun to go see Oasis, in their home country, and then check two things off the bucket list: seeing Oasis in the UK, and then secondly going to see an event at Wembley Stadium, the iconic stadium in London, and I got to do that, and it was fucking awesome, but I got to tell you something that and I'm warning everybody so anybody who's not, from the UK, and this is just part of a traditional thing there, but I was not aware of this. Did you know that in the UK it is common practice to be at a concert and fling your fucking beer across the entire crowd? Full
No,
beers.
I did not know that.
Now you
Really?
know.
Well, how
It
much do
was
they cost there compared to here? I'm not throwing a
Well,
$20
first of all,
beer.
there's no limit. So if you go to like a stadium here, they're like, "I'm sorry, it's a 2 beer limit per person. Where's your other person? You're trying to buy 4 beers? You got
Yeah.
somebody else's got, you know what I mean?" Over there, they're like, "Fuck no. How many can you carry?
Hmm.
Can you put a nipple on your titty? Can you put
God, you're
no,
a
can you put a fucking beer? I said nipple on your titty. Can you put a beer on your titty and carry? Okay, we can another beer. Can you hold one in your armpit? Can you put that there? Can you open up your shirt and
God.
hold 7 more? It was like that.
I belong in
And
the UK. The rules we
Megan,
have here are so fucking ridiculous.
they weren't I can't remember now how much a beer was. I had a beer at Wembley Stadium, but I had one of the local I had a local an ale, and I can't remember which one I had because this was crazy. There was no line for British beer. There was a huge fucking line for guess what beer, Megan?
Bud
Take
Light,
Budweiser.
Budweiser. I was
People were
close.
in line to drink and buy Budweiser at
Budweiser.
Wembley Stadium.
Wow.
And
Okay,
I'm
maybe they're doing
sorry.
something wrong.
I I like nothing against Budweiser. It's not even that, but there are better beers in the UK that you can drink than Budweiser. And if you're telling me you're drinking the original Budweiser, which is from the Czech Republic, and that beer is fucking delicious Pilsner, that stuff is really, it's called a Budvar over
Uh-huh.
there. That's the OG. That stuff's delicious.
Uh-huh.
But
But this wasn't it.
regular fucking like
Well, I'm not standing
Clydesdale
in line for it. If there's an option,
girl, I'm talking like 60 people in line to buy a Budweiser.
what is wrong
Okay.
with
And
people? Come on.
nobody in line to buy, I don't know if it was called like Camden or I can't remember the name of the beer right now, but I was just super fucking excited that there was no line. The beer was delicious. And then I ended up drinking another popular drink over there called a Pim's Cup, which is very, like, that's a very popular drink in the UK. And I think it's delicious. It was
I've
like
heard
super
this.
easy. Yeah. So that's all I drank at the stadium. But could you imagine you're there at the show and you're jumping up and down? It's fucking they were amazing. I got to hand it to them because I had seen Oasis back in like '08 before they broke up, and
Hmm.
it was not the same show. What I
Wow.
just saw was them in like Liam's voice sounded great. The band sounded awesome. Opening acts were good. The crowd, imagine they were so into it because this is just a legendary band from their country, right? So
Hmm.
I saw like parents who probably were in their teens or early 20s in the 90s when Oasis was huge with their kids and the kids singing along. You know, it was kind of beautiful to see that. It was
Yeah.
touching. But at the same fucking time, they are I'm not making this up, Megan, like beards flying across. And it's not like you can turn around and fight somebody because it's not one person. It is every fifth person is flinging their fucking beer like it's a Guinness Book of World Records to see how far you can throw full beers.
I'm
So
guessing
you're
no one's
better off.
driving home
Oh,
showered in
no, no.
beer.
So it was like Night of the Living Dead or The Walking Dead. I've never seen people get more drunk in my entire life.
Wow.
America, guess what? There's one thing that you do not win at, and that is getting drunk. The UK wins. I saw people just like, I don't understand getting that drunk at a show because you're trying to watch the show.
You're
I
not gonna
understand that.
remember it.
I know. I had 2 drinks. And also I was trying to not pee because it was 90,000 people. I was general admission. I found like one of the towers that held speakers, and I
Yeah.
was like, this is where we're gonna position ourselves. So no matter where we go, we can figure out our way back.
Yeah.
And I'm 5'6". Everybody's fucking taller than me. I could barely see anything. That being said, it was one of the best shows I ever went to musically. It was awesome. But for fuck's sake, I was soaked in beer
You're
and
welcome.
everybody around
Welcome
me
to my
was
life.
soaked in beer.
Oh, I love
And
it.
I was not ready for that. I would have taken a poncho. Like I'm gonna go see them again in September here at the Rose Bowl, and it's not gonna be like that at the Rose Bowl. You know what I
Right.
mean? There may
It's
be
not
like
gonna,
one
why
or
even
two
waste your time going again? You know it's not gonna be as
crazy
great.
fucking people with the Union Jack flag or something, and they'll be throwing their beers, and then that's it. And then they'll get booted out, or somebody will
Yeah.
kick their ass. Somebody from Santa Monica will kick their ass.
I dare
But
you.
anyway, and Megan, I had probably the best meal of my entire life
Where
on
was
this
it?
trip. Speaking of Estrella Dam, it was at Enigma, which
Hmm.
for the folks who do speak Spanish and listen to our episode with Albert Adria, the only episode that I had to do in Spanish. I went to eat at his restaurant. It's a one Michelin star restaurant in Barcelona, and I want to say it was about 17 courses. And if you heard me mention it on our last show, it was a 5-hour meal, and it felt like it went by in a blink.
Wow.
Megan, it was incredible. I can't wait to like actually sit down with you and show you the menu and talk because you're one
No,
of
because
my
I'm just
only.
gonna get jealous. At
No,
this
don't be
point,
jealous.
a
No,
five
it's not
hour
about that.
meal?
It's
Fuck you.
you're one of my only friends who like would
I
appreciate
know.
that
I know.
level of excellence. And it was just like it, it was spectacular. Everything, the detail, there was a dish that I had that I'll explain. It was a foie gras dish, and it was sliced like in a diamond shape, almost like the shape of a. If you look over top of a boat,
Hmm.
and you're looking down at a boat where it's pointy at one end, kind of rounded in the middle, and pointy at the other end. So it's shaped like that. And then they had this wax paper, and they put like an anchovy salt blend thing on top of it, covered it with the wax paper, and they put a timer because it is perfect at exactly 7 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And when I'm telling you, I was like, how many
Do
times did
they
they
like
try this?
rush you
And they're
to
like,
eat it? They're like, eat it now, eat it now.
well, no, because it was kind of brilliant. They had other things going on, so they would prep that dish and they have it timed. So to go to the bathroom at Enigma, you have to let them know 2 courses in advance because they have to slow the kitchen down in order to like make it work because
Yeah,
everything is
yeah,
perfectly timed.
yeah.
Um, it was so good that when you leave, they give you the like an envelope, beautiful envelope with the logo of the restaurant. This gold envelope, and inside is your menu because it changes daily, which is
Yep.
in fucking sane.
Hmm.
And it's signed by the chef, and I already took it to the framing place this weekend. It's getting framed and it's going in my kitchen because I just want to have that. That's now my, I'm constantly going to be chasing that.
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
You've hit
That
the
is the
peak.
meal that I'm
You're
chasing
just off yourself now.
for the rest of my. It's also the most expensive meal I've ever had. And I did do a wine pairing with it because I had to.
Oh,
I got to
absolutely.
try I got to try wines, Megan, that I would never try. I would never think
Right.
to buy. I would never, you know.
Right. If you're
And
gonna go big, go big.
they weren't just Spanish wines, they were wines global.
Mm.
And it was just like this beautiful combination. And anyway, when we hang out next time and I get to talk to you just how they planned it and like starts in the clouds and then moves to the sea and then moves to the land and this whole experience based around it's and the restaurant has like clouds above you. It's crazy.
Oh my
It
God.
was yeah, it was
I
fucking
love
awesome. We
that.
also almost got robbed in
Well,
Spain.
that sounds normal. I've been warned
It
about this.
it was wild. Like they tried
Take your
to
stuff? Did they hold you at
not me.
gunpoint? What happened?
No, no, there's not really a lot of guns there. But they tried to rip the watch off of
Yeah.
my friend that was on the trip.
Pickpocketing
And
too is big there.
but I mean, like grab his arm and rip it off. And then he took off running. And I turned around to face the person who tried to rob him, who was the biggest,
Oh God.
he looked a little bit like Andreas. He
Oh
looked
wow.
like a big fucking Norwegian looking dude. Um, Fast forward about 30 seconds of that interaction happens. My friend takes off running, and some little guy in a backpack comes running and tackles the fucking thief. Like tackles him, like fucking tackles him to the ground. The thief flings him off. This guy was like my height and thinner than me, probably like 30 pounds lighter than me, and takes off running towards the subway because they try to do it close to a subway.
Yep.
And then B, they're casing people at like nice stores. So
Yep.
I was on a street or just around a street called Passeos de Gracia, and that's where like Hermes, Louis Vuitton, like all those stores are there. So they're just like casing people, and they do it in groups of four, and it's like they rob you, then the other person. Anyway, it was fucking crazy. Come to find out, that guy was like undercover cop and had been following him.
Oh
They
wow.
arrested the guy.
Nice.
Yeah,
Mission
and
accomplished.
I can't imagine what would have happened had that cop not been there. It was just like
Well, you would have gotten a watch stolen.
I mean, no, my friend, we took off, but it happened so fast, Megan. I can't begin to. So just guys, be extra vigilant when you're out there. Regardless if it's. I found out that they're not stealing as many purses because there's a lot more fake purses than there are fake watches.
Mm-hmm.
So they're really looking for, high-end watches. They're trying to rip them off. They
Exactly.
even have cutting tools. If you have like a gold Rolex that has like a rubber band, they're trying to like cut the band and run.
Yep.
It's crazy. Anyway,
I
so yeah,
I I was vigilant. I actually did do something really cool. It was the coolest thing I've ever done at the Hollywood Bowl. I went to go see Jesus Christ Superstar with Cynthia
nice.
Erivo, and John Stamos and Philippa Sue and Adam Lambert.
That's awesome.
It was probably one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. I went by myself, and you could bring beers in. You could bring food and drinks to this one. So I'm in the
What?
back. I brought like fajitas that I packed up, and I brought my Modelo's, and I just like chilled, watched it the whole time. It was one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. It's incredible. If you haven't seen videos online, go look at them. I cried. It was so beautiful. But then at the end, we're walking down, and if you've ever been to the Hollywood Bowl, it's very steep going down from the very
Mm-hmm.
top, and there's people walkers. And at the end of one of these people walkers, I was just walking by it. There's like a little guardrail in between the end of it and people just walking instead of using it. And an old lady in a walker fell at the very end of it. And when you're leaving there, it's piled. So people started falling on her from the people walker.
Are you sure it
Um,
wasn't Johnny Knoxville dressed as an old lady?
no, it wasn't, because
No.
I
Damn
I
it.
jumped the guardrail, threw my
Wow.
beer, grabbed this like 200-pound woman, dragged her out from under everybody, had her sit against my legs. Everyone helped everyone stand up. Someone pressed the emergency button, and everyone was just like, wow, thank you so much. And they go to her, and I let her rest for a second. And then some good Samaritan, I don't know who it was. I wasn't worried about the beer, but someone came up and handed me back the beer I threw and said, here's your drink back. I know.
Oh,
And I was like, oh my God.
that's so funny.
I know. I could imagine if no, because everyone just watched, and I was like, no, you heard me. I yelled. I was like, ah, no. And I jumped over and pulled this lady out from under everybody. She would have gotten really hurt. It was scary. And then I walked
Yeah.
home drunk. So I'm a hero, really.
Yeah, I mean, you're a drunk walking hero.
I'd
Yeah, so
work
much
out.
for not. I wasn't gonna drink today, and I'm like, well, I need to have something during the
I
show.
know. Well,
So
I only have like 3 days of freedom left, so I'm not gonna go hard, but I am gonna enjoy the next 3 days. I don't mind having a day drink. I love day drinking. Like Andrea said in the last show, he had me at day drinking. I love going to bed early after drinking all day. Like that, I don't want to stay out until 1 or 2 in the morning or 12. I drink all day, get tired, fall asleep at 7 or 8, and like have 12 hours of sleep. It's the best day ever. That's what happens
it's
during
killing me
football
because I'm
season.
waking up every day at like 4:30 in the morning from. And usually I don't. Usually I could sleep through, but for some reason this trip in particular, like
Well, you were
I'm
gone a
getting.
while.
I was gone. Yeah, I was gone 12 days, and
Yeah,
my
that's a long
body,
time.
adjusted already. So it was just like one of those where now I am not a week back. I got back like 5 days ago, so I'm still in that process. Hopefully in the next couple days I'll be, back in the swing of things 100%. But it feels weird to just be like 9 o'clock at night and I'm like falling asleep on the couch, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? I'm sober. What the hell am I doing falling
And
asleep on the
mm,
couch? I will tell you, I mentioned it on last week's show that that wine museum in Bordeaux was probably like it was so awesome, Megan. I could spend a whole day there. I was only there for about 3 or 4 hours. They did this sensory tasting experience. You would love this. It's only offered a couple of times throughout the day in like different languages.
mhm.
And they what's cool is they also mix it up every few weeks. So if I went back in a year and I did this again, it would be a different experience. They have sommeliers that work there, and they do a wine tasting experience based strictly on the senses. So you'll walk into a one room and you're tasting a wine, but you're drinking it out of a black wine glass. So you can't see if it's red, you can't see if it's rosé, you can't see if it's white wine, and it's all based on what are you smelling, what are you going, and they'll do a little bit of a pairing here and there. And it really, really was fascinating how your mind tricks you so much based on just what your eyes see versus what the combination of your nose and your eyes put together before tasting. It was great. I kind of want to buy those blacked out wine glasses and do that for
Oh
people at
yeah,
my house.
we should put together a little experience. That
That'd
would
be
be
fun. And
fun.
they
I'll
sold these
I'll cook
little
some food to
socks.
compare it with, because then you only will cook pork, and we need to have some variety.
Listen, listen. Andreas was talking about pork on last week's
Yeah, he
episode,
said because
and
it's affordable,
that's right. And it's fucking delicious.
but beef is a delicacy, motherfucker. God
I
damn
like
it,
beef
Eddie.
too.
Well, cook me beef for once in your life. 5 years, Eddie. I want beef. 5 years we've been doing this, Eddie.
How much food have you brought to my house?
I brought food. I brought variety of food to you, my friend.
Yeah.
Variety, not just beef or not just pork.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
think so. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
cooked.
sure. I
I
don't know.
brought
Last time
sides.
I ate something you cooked, it was pork.
Was
So it
it?
was,
What was it?
yeah, it was ribs on your birthday that were tasty.
Oh yeah, those were good.
Ah, those ribs were fucking good.
I tried to recreate them and it did not work. It did
No, why
not
not?
work. I don't know what I did wrong. I think I need to just do some educating because I did have a little help that day, but I think we've talked about this. There's like a certain point where the ribs get tender and like the
Yeah, yeah.
proteins break down a little bit more, and I don't think it hit that point. I mean, they still tasted good, but they were not, fall off the bone like we had on my birthday. So, I don't know. I'll have
Yeah,
to keep
it's funny.
working on it.
I've been avoiding calling you because I just wanted to see you on the show. And I'm glad to see you smiling because your Instagram has just tormented me for the like past few weeks.
Tormented you.
Yeah. Yeah,
My
because
life is
it's like a roller
tormenting me.
coaster. It's a roller
Well,
coaster.
it is.
Every time I think, I'm like, oh fuck me, like again, really?
Yeah, yeah,
Has
yeah.
has has anybody? Is a little throwback to a previous episode. Has anybody been accused of lying through their tooth?
No.
No. Fuck. Damn it.
No.
Well, I'm leaving it out there. It's an option.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's it is a roller coaster. My life is a roller coaster. I'm just bad at dating, so that's just what it is. It's just up and down and up and down, and I'm good at everything else. God damn it. And as much as I say I'm a mess online, if you really do know me, like look at this. You see these degrees behind me? Like, I'm not that big of a mess when it comes to everything else except for my dating life. It just I can't seem to get a handle on it. So it
That's all
is what it
right.
is.
Yeah, I mean, you're
What
a
it is.
work in progress when it comes to that. That's fine. But I'm glad to see you here and smiling. but I can't tell you how many times like you came to mind, when I was either like at a wine tasting or doing like, and I was like, fuck, Megan would love this fucking place. Like it
Uh,
was, yeah, yeah. It's like, guys, gals listening at home, it was my first. All the other places I had been to on this trip were I had been to before. It was
yeah.
my first time in Bordeaux, and I did not realize how big of a city Bordeaux is. You
Oh.
think it's much bigger than I thought it would be. It's not big like LA or Paris or something like that, but it's definitely much bigger than you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all this beautiful industry. It's like a mini Paris.
Mm-hmm.
And the like everything is good, Megan. Like I cannot get back there any sooner.
Yeah.
Everything is good. And it was those adventures where I was very lucky that I went to, and it's not even about Michelin star. It's not about like that's not why I'm referring to, but I went to four different restaurants that are in that world on this
Mm-hmm.
trip. And it was fun talking to the employees there because they just recommended other places, which has
Do
been
most
my,
of them speak English? Is
yeah,
everyone
everywhere
speak
you go.
English?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. I mean, in Spain, I spoke Spanish with everybody because I
Right.
speak
You're
Spanish.
right.
I don't
Yeah.
speak Catalan, which is a language that everybody in Barcelona speaks.
Yeah.
It's a regional language, and it's like not like Spanish. It's not like it's a mix of all these other things.
Yeah.
I can understand a little bit of it when people speak it. But it was fun to go to. I went to a restaurant in Paris, excuse me, Paris, in Bordeaux called Le Gabriel, and it's in this like old house in the middle of the town square. It's like a three-story French fucking manor looking thing. It's spectacular. But they
Mm-hmm.
have a bar downstairs, and it was so beautiful that I went an hour before my reservation to go have a drink at this bar and like explore it because it's all part of the same facility in the same, in the same restaurant. So the bartender's like, "Oh, you don't want to drink wine?" And I go, "No, dude, I want a fucking cocktail. I've been drinking wine every day for, X amount of time." And he's like, "You got to check out this bar. You got to check out Code 23 in Bordeaux." And I go to this Code 23, and Megan, it was like the coolest speakeasy jazz bar with an underground cellar, cigar room, and it was like, I don't know, it's kind of like actually what you imagine a speakeasy to be, not in the mafia times where prohibition and people were actually hiding and speaking easy, but like what you imagine the full experience is now that like everything is called a speakeasy nowadays. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This one was really that experience where the attention to detail was, and it wasn't just cocktails, the food was spectacular. I was just, every time I thought I wouldn't be surprised, I got surprised. I was able to go to this bar called Paradiso.
Mm-hmm.
Paradiso is in the top 50 bars in the world, and it's in Barcelona. I can't remember where it ranks in there. And Megs, it was so good. I went twice. I was only there for a few days, and I went through the entire menu. I tried every. I didn't finish every cocktail, but everything was so good. I had FOMO. I had to order every single cocktail. I see you're looking stuff up online. What are you looking at?
Oh, I was looking up words that you were saying.
Oh, what word? Wine? Whoa.
FOMO. No. I was looking up how big Bordeaux was, but
It's how many? It's what? It's like a couple, maybe 100,000, 200,000 people. It's not a. It's not a big
well
city.
you caught me, so I didn't get to finish typing it in. I don't even think
Hmm.
I can spell Bordeaux correctly.
Bordeux.
B-U-R
Bordeaux.
B. Yeah, I did. Oh, there it is. I see it. Um, wine region, history, gastronomy. I don't see the size. Oh, I guess I could type in size.
You can type in population, maybe.
Population. Um, 19 square miles. Big? Is that how big it is?
I mean, it feels like it. It's a bigger city than I anticipated, and it's right on the river. It's beautiful. The city is fucking beautiful.
I'm looking at pictures now. I mean, that's not great for a podcast, but I was just
I
interested.
had. I also ate.
260,000, so bigger than Greeley.
I didn't see any cows.
No
Um,
cows in Bordeaux.
yeah, I know. I can't stress enough how, even though I'm probably gonna need to take out a second mortgage to pay off this
Right.
trip.
Right.
Um,
My credit card interest rate, my highest credit card just went up to like 29%, and it started at like 18. So now I'm like
what the
busting
fuck?
ass
Out
Busting
of
has
here.
to pay this out, and I've been working on it for a while. So now I'm like putting a lot more into it than I was before. So no Bordeaux trip in my
No, no Bordeaux
the
trip. And
foreseeable future.
this is why I used like miles and points, and I did all of that because
Yeah,
I hoard them.
yeah.
And people make
And
fun of
I'm
me like,
still
"Oh my God,
young, you know?
you have this many points," because I would hold on to points like this for like 10 years. I'm like,
Right.
"Yeah, because when I go, I want to do I want to do the kind of the best of the best. I don't want to use these points on like a trip to Miami. I'd rather just buy that ticket. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'd
I do
rather
know what you
use the
mean.
points for a flight that would cost me $2,000 versus a $300 ticket to Miami kind of thing. So I was very lucky. So I man. And by the way, Iberia Airlines, you motherfuckers, your lounge in Madrid. I posted a video about it and like people kept on messaging me. I was like, this lounge, I want a 5 hour layover in Madrid in the business class
Says
lounge.
no one ever.
Megan,
Wow.
they had a full bar of premium shit. They had like 8 wines by the glass. 8 red wines by the glass. They had
Mm.
2 sparkling wines, cava, which is sparkling wine from Spain, and they had a bunch, maybe like 4 or 5 white wines, plus like the full bar and a bartender. And I was like, where the fuck? And then they had jamón ibérico. They had like everything. I was like, I don't want to leave this place. Can
Right.
I stay
Stay in
here?
the lounge. The most I got on my Southwest flight on my way there, I sat in the middle seat, of course, but I sat next to a pilot who apparently gets free drinks, but he can't drink, obviously, because he's a pilot.
So he
So
hooked you up.
yeah, I got all his free vouchers.
Nice.
I know that
What
was
did you
nice.
drink? What did you
Vodka,
drink?
vodka with blood. I
I
always
love how
get
you
Bloody
look at me like
Marys.
I'm supposed to know.
Yeah, I think I've never mentioned that. I've always get a Bloody Mary on the plane because I love
Oh, I
Mr.
didn't know that.
T's mix that they always have. It's like the
Oh.
best thing ever, and I just tradition. I always do it, no matter what time of day it is.
So funny because I think when I think of Austin, was it Tito's vodka that's from there?
Yeah, I think so.
I
Yeah, there was a Tito's downtown, like a bar that's like
I
it was Tito's, like owned by
and I know
them.
vodka is supposed to not taste like anything. I don't care for Tito's vodka. I don't think it's like a bad product. I just really don't like the taste of Tito's
I
vodka.
don't like the taste of vodka in general. It's just better
I've had some
calorie
vodkas
wise.
that are good. Like if I have a martini with like Grey Goose or Belvedere, like a premium, I'm like that tastes really good. I've
You can
had
tell
it.
the difference for
Yeah, I've
sure.
had it with Tito's, and there's something there. I don't know what it is, but
Hmm.
there's just something that I don't care for. If
Yeah,
that
but I
makes
always
sense.
have to do a splash of like grapefruit juice in it to make it tolerable for what I drink so cheaply. So that is
Everybody's
what it
checking their
is.
boxes. Are like grapefruit juice.
Grapefruit
Mr.
juice.
T's. I gotta get that Bloody Mary. Do they sell that at the store?
I think they do. It's really, really good. But for some reason, I bought it at the store. I can't drink it unless I'm on a plane. It's one of those things. It just feels better on the plane.
And I noticed there was some. I noticed a lot of Eat Happy Kitchen was going on in places, which I was very happy for you.
Yeah, we're now in a bunch of Kroger stores around Arizona, Colorado, Nevada, Washington. So that's that's a ton. And now Central Market in Texas, I think we might be getting into HEB, which is a bigger chain, sister companies, but they still compete. So I have to kind of keep that on the down low. But yeah, I mean, it's growing fucking like crazy to the point where like I'm scared of starting a school year out because I'm doing both jobs, by the way, everybody. So before I was just doing Eat Happy and all this side projects, and then I had to take back on teaching because my student loans are kicking back in. They were never forgiven. It's expensive to
Just
live here.
join ICE, Megan. That
I know,
they're forgiving
right? Oh
student
my
loans for
God.
ICE.
Oh,
You know.
no, I can't
By the way,
morally do it.
the creators of South Park, I love you, and
Everyone's been
I
talking.
I cannot imagine a world without you
Hmm.
right now. Yeah,
Trey
you're
and
like
Matt.
the shining light through the giant fucking turd. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt. Was it Matt Parker
Matt
and Trey?
Parker, Trey
Wait, no,
Stone.
Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
Trey
Sorry.
Parker, Matt Stone. We're back
Whatever.
and forth.
Thank you, two white guys from
Thank you,
Colorado.
Colorado. You
Thank you.
produced something that was useful.
Beyond,
Yeah,
beyond useful.
beyond
Um,
useful.
yeah, I have not laughed that hard in a
Don't
minute.
ruin. I need to watch because everyone's been
I'm not
talking
gonna
to
ruin it.
me.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
say that there's a couple of episodes that I've only seen the first two. I don't know if the third one's out yet. And Megan, I was cackling
Yeah.
like, and it drove me nuts because in Europe I couldn't watch it. I had to
Right.
like watch clips on Instagram, and I was like, oh my God, I can't to see this. And then the first thing I fucking did when I got back home, I woke up the next day and I was like, I gotta watch South Park. I gotta
Yeah.
get this out. And
They
yeah,
stay relevant, don't they? You know what else I watched, and we can end on this if you want, but I don't know if you've seen it yet, but as corny as it is, Happy Gilmore really made me laugh a lot too out loud. The new
the
Happy
second one.
Gilmore.
Oh
It
yeah.
did.
Oh
I was
cool.
not expecting it, and it's a lot of throwbacks. It's a lot of corny humor, but I was laughing out loud. There's a lot of new stuff that they added to it as well, and I was laughing out loud. And there's a lot of really cool cameos. It's really fun to watch. So if you haven't watched it yet,
I I did watch the dumbest reality show this weekend, and I was sucked in. It was only like 5 or 6 episodes. I think it's called like $1 Million Secret or Million Secret or Millionaire Secret.
okay,
Oh my God, people are so dumb. And it
yeah.
was just ah, I think we watch these reality shows to just give our own reassurances that every time we feel like we're a little bit dumb, we watch these shows and we're like, maybe not. No, maybe, maybe I'm not.
I don't know. This Love Island trend really took over the bars in Hollywood. I mean, owners
Oh,
put
I
TVs
didn't
out on the
watch it. I
patio.
can't.
Well, I haven't watched it either, but it's just my usual hangout at Elbow Room, and they took TV. He hung a new TV out in the patio because it got so crowded on Love Island nights. The whole alley was full of people. Like I've never seen that many people there before. And all of a sudden, it happened once at one bar, and then everyone was doing it. And then Dave and Buster's tried to do it, and then they got in trouble for not having the rights to do it. It just was this crazy
Oh,
fad that I was just like, what is, I don't even know what's happening. I don't like to watch people make out, by the way. The slopping and
speaking of
it makes me gag. Not my thing.
TV, Megan, I forgot, guys, my show is out. Countdown to Delicious
Oh, yeah.
is out.
That's right. You're on
But
TV.
so anybody who has watched it, thank you. I didn't know this, and I'm learning this. It's hard to fucking find. It is on Watch Vizio, right? But right now, you can
Mm-hmm.
only watch it if you have a Vizio TV. So I do not have a Vizio TV. Sorry, Vizio. You didn't send me a TV. I have other TVs before I started working with you. Um, so if you
You
have
should
a
have
Vizio TV,
negotiated that into a contract.
I had nothing I did not know that it was only going to be available
Isn't
to
it an
watch.
app? Can't you get I thought you could just get a app. Is there a Vizio app that you can watch it on?
There's a Vizio app, but it like it's like what is it when you have an iPhone that you can watch something on like the Apple TV? What is it called when you like I can't remember what it is right now. When you have something in your phone, you can
AirPlay?
like AirPlay, thank you. You can essentially only use that
AirPlay.
app for like AirPlay basically. And it doesn't I can't even
Yeah.
watch it on my
Oh,
phone. So,
weird.
needless to say, that's why I
Thanks
haven't
for
been
that.
showing many clips of it yet, guys. Because I have not been able to watch it, even though I did film it, so I know what happens, and I don't remember what recipes I made because it was that's such a lot. People have asked me, and I'm like, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I genuinely
Don't
so
remember.
anyway,
People don't
if
realize
you
how long
have
things take.
if you do have a Vizio TV and you want to make fun of me, please go ahead. Go check out Countdown to Delicious on Vizio, and I work with some lovely chefs. Anyway, Megan, thank you for our little catch up here. Guys, Kill the Bottle Podcast, please like, rate, review. Don't lie through your tooth. And I was just hoping. There it is. I was hoping for a reaction from Megan. Anyway, on that
Oh.
note, see you guys soon. Bye.